Be right back. Take a cup, get some water. It's hot again today. All right, I'm back, guys. Sorry, I had to go get some water. Uh, Look, we got an Ed head. So I'll kind of share. Well, you know what I'm doing. We're gonna be painting a mask. What's up, John? What's up, brother John? So I got a bunch of these I poured up last year, and they're actually a full. I don't know what they use them for, but the mold I have is mainly for pouring up porcelain stuff. So, but I got a couple cool skull molds out of it, and I cut it down, and that's what we're going to use on the redhead. And we're going to paint it up. I'm going to show you how we do that. All right, so what I need, I got that, I got this, and then I'm missing something. You know me, I'm always missing something. All right, see what we got going on here, Christian. What's the Hey, no. So, wait till he goes by. So I still haven't been able to find my airbrushes. I have no freaking clue where them things are. I looked a while ago, so uh, they grew little airbrush legs and walked away. So yeah, it's coming up on us close. So what everything I'm doing, I'm just showing you how to do different things and different materials that you can use to make different things. So some of this stuff isn't going to be uh, that I'll be using anywhere, and some of it will be. Some of it will be for next March at Fear Expo in Kentucky. Yeah, in Kentucky, Owensboro, Kentucky, March. So I'll be taking a bunch of stuff up there, but this is just like the pumpkin I'll be taking up, some pumpkin horns, and this different stuff like I'll be taking up. But a lot of this stuff, I'm just showing you different ways to make your own stuff. A little bit simpler. Commit back in here, Peanut. Come on. There's my little boy. There's my sick boy right there. But he had to go get a shot today. Oh look, brown nose. Huh, check it out. That's cool. Go ahead. Yeah, but anyway, I try to show you some different ways to do things. You know, everybody's got their industry standard. You know, of painting masks and stuff like that. But there's several different ways that you can do it, and I'm going to show you one today, hopefully. And first of all, probably going to have to move this water so it won't spill everywhere. First of all, we're going to clean up the flashing on this skull a little bit and try to get some of that off there. We're going to use a grinding pad and a Dremel tool. I normally don't use a sanding pad on this. I use a buffing wheel, but I don't have any, so I'm really prepared. But there you go. That's what we're going to be working on. You can see that. So for this project, you're going to need some acrylic paints, some 1/3, 1/3, 1/3 water, latex, and house paint if you have it. This is not recommended, but since I don't have an airbrush, we're gonna attempt it with 2 times black. I don't recommend this. This is just I'm just going to show you. I recommend using the regular 1/3 latex paint, and this will be for the eyeballs. So, like I said, don't use this, but I'm going to. And we'll probably use a couple brushes and stuff like that, whatnot. We'll get this is what I cut out the mouth and stuff. These little stubby scissors like that, man, they cut this latex like crazy, man. It's awesome. All right, so see what we're going to do is we're going to get rid of this flashing off of this mask. So we're not going to do this real perfect. I'm just taking it down a little bit. Like I said, use a buffer pad on that, and it'll burn it off, and it'll kind of melt it off, and it will leave you a cleaner line on your mask. You won't see that line. But since I don't have a buffer wheel, we're going to use this sucker. I just got some alcohol and we'll just clean it off a little bit. Yeah. See how perfect that isn't? So this really isn't a mask. It's made for something else, but I made it for a mask. If you want to, I got crooked eyes in it, but for like a kid, that'd probably be a perfect size. But it's the same concept. So, all right. All right. So, what we need to do first is I want to put. Normally, I wouldn't do this with a skull, but since uh, I want to show you a technique that you can do, we're going to do that on this skull. But this is a normal. We're going to try to add like a few or like veins in your hands and stuff like that. We're going to add a couple of that in the head. Like I said, that's not typically for a skull, but for this particular show, I'm going to show you, the different ways that you can paint a mask. So, first off, I got some turquoise. I got some turquoise. Normally, I would paint this on with a airbrush, but I don't have an airbrush. So, we're gonna wing it. Now, I got some brushes somewhere, or I did have. I didn't use them all. So just get your little paintbrush. Probably not that size. Something that's a little smaller, preferably. But hopefully we can make do with this. We're gonna find out. So I'll just dip it in paint and I'll just roll it. Try to get me uh, thin, a thinner line. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna paint veins, and it doesn't have to be perfect. Like I said, typically not on this skull, but for this purpose, I'm showing you ways you can add veins to your project. Now these are going to be a little bit pronounced at the moment. With the airbrush, I would have this watered down a little bit. But we're just going to leave it full force. That way you can kind of get the idea of what I'm talking about. Now you don't have to use this blue. You can use red, you can use a purple, or whatever color you want to use for veins. So this is actually going to look like crap until we get our final coats on it. All right. So you see how terrible that looks. It's real pronounced. So don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Don't think, oh my God, I screwed it up. So our next step is real simple. We're going to take some brown paint, your choice. This is burnt umber. And we're going to mix it 50-50 with water. So this is acrylic paint. We're going to mix it 50-50 with water. So let me mix up a little bit for you. Now normally you would spray this, once we get it mixed, we would spray this with an airbrush or whatever, but we don't have one, so we're going to use a sprayer, hopefully. And I got water somewhere. What do I do? Okay, here's my water. I have to use a lot of paint in this to be able to get it up in my spray thing here. Now we'll mix it. A little mixer sticks here somewhere. Yeah. There's this now. Okay, let's pour it in this bottle. So if you're going to mix this up in your airbrush, put just a little bit more water than paint in your airbrush. That way it'll flow through your airbrush fairly good. Oh yeah. Okay, so now get you a rag of some sort. I got some shop towel here. And now, hope that's dry enough. Yeah, it should be good. So now we're going to take this and we're going to spray the whole mask. And you want to keep it wet. See, I invented, well, I didn't invent, I just made my own airbrush pen. Okay, now that we got her on there, take your rag and dap it off. What row's coming off? Now you can see these are still pretty pronounced. If you take and you mix this 50-50 with water and you airbrush those on, those would fade right into this brown. But since we put it on really dark, it's not fading too well. Just food for thought. You know, let's spray it again. Uh-oh. I must have ran out of water. You dirty dog. Okay. Add some water. Okay, my sprayer just quit. Must have clogged it up. Alrighty then. Alrighty then. Still went off the other water bottle. There we go. So the thing is, you don't want this to sit up really, uh, you spray it on, wipe it down. If you need to put it on again, spray it on, wipe it down. But just make sure you don't leave it on too long. But if you do, you can take some alcohol or respray it and loosen it up a little bit and get a lot of that paint off of there. And if you got big old splotches you need to move, then you can do that. The mannequin. Not too much of a mess here. So that gives you an idea how you can basically you're staining your latex. Now you can take and spray if you got some like flesh or something like that. You want to spray this first or a different color. Go ahead and do it. Spray your flesh color on there. Get your veins in there. Then take your browns and just go right over the thing. And that, except for the veins. The veins look like crap, so don't do that. Don't do it like I did. Make sure you water that down. See, I told you I'll show you what to do and what not to do. Clean that out a little bit. But you get the concept of where I'm coming from with, just with acrylic ink or acrylic paint and water. So everything doesn't have to be 1/3, 1/3, 1/3 of everything. It just makes it easier. So next, what we'll do is I'll show you another way that you can do this without, if you don't have this, but you have some stain, I'll show you another way you can do this. Let me get another mask. So I'm just going to cut this one down and show you. We're not going to sand this one down, but we're going to cut it down where we can get it on this, and I'll show you another way that you can also paint your latex. Like I said, you don't have to stick just to latex, water, and paint. There's other ways you can do it, and it's very effective and looks good too. So I'm not trying to be pretty with this. I'm just cutting it up so I can show you uh, what this other stuff looks like. Ta-da. They got cut in half. And I'll just cut a little bit out of his chin here. Okay. We're going to leave the eyes and the mouth intact. I'm not going to try to cut those out either. But I'm going to show you another way that you can do this. So we kind of went from this to this. It looks pretty cool. It looks pretty cool other than the veins. Don't do that. Mix it with water and get you a 50-50 mix of this, and then put your veins on there. Then put your mixed stain on there. So our next thing is we're going to use some gel. This is Saddle Tan. Who's it from? This is a Saddle Tan gel, and we're going to put it on this mask here, and I'll show you what that looks like. Well, it keeps falling off. Bag have it. Get up there. That's not the same. Okay. All right. Hopefully you can see that okay. So now we're going to use some Saddle Tan gel. Just going to rub it all over our latex. I promise, guys, I will find my airbrushes, or I'll go buy some new ones. I know I have them somewhere, and that way you can get the full effect. I know it's kind of hard to see what it looks like, or without it being fully painted or whatever. I'm just showing you the techniques on different ways to do it versus having to have a full-fledged latex paints. I'll leave the back of that a little exposed so you can kind of see how that tans this latex. Let's put a little more on there. Alright. It looks kind of gooey. So there you go. Now that's the difference in using two different ways to paint or stain your mask that you're working on. It all depends on what you're going on. So we got the raw latex here, and this is the tan. What did I say it was? Tandy leather or saddle tan from Tandy Leather. I've got some other colors as well. I've got just regular tan, and I got about 15 bottles of this stuff somewhere in there. But you kind of get to see you see the difference in it. So this is the acrylic and water, and this is the saddle tan. So all in what you're going for. Ta-da! Crooked. Anyway, guys, I just wanted to show you the differences in that. It's going to be a short video today, but I wanted to show you the difference in using different materials other than freaking latex, water, and paint. So by the time you buy latex, the paint, and if you buy water, distilled water, I mean, you have a good little chunk of change in making this stuff. But if you go buy a 3 bottle of acrylic, oh, look at that. Stayed in my fingers. If you go buy a cheap bottle of acrylic and some water, and if you don't have an airbrush, use a spray bottle. You'll be fine. I promise. And you will be set. And that you will get the different effects. And the good thing about like the latex and stuff, you'll see the lights and the darks up in this. So it gives you a good effect on this. Except for the saddle tan I got on it. Anyway, there's those two. Saddle tan. Or Tandy Leather tan or whatever kind of stuff you want to use. Just go through it. It'll show you the colors. It is on the bottle. So you'll see the difference on the bottle of what colors they are. And you can go from there. They got all kind of different colors. Anyway, guys, I'm not going to hold you guys up on this beautiful hot day. I just want to show you this real quick. And we'll finally do something tomorrow. If you want me to come back tomorrow, we'll do something then. Anyway, guys, appreciate you watching, and we'll see you on the next one. Keep it creepy.